Vocal runs, riffs and runs, they can feel very overwhelming and intimidating. And I'm speaking from experience here because I used to just avoid them. I just wouldn't sing songs that had, all those riffs and runs, or I would skip those parts of the songs. But I'm here to tell you that while it will take some practice and some focus and some effort, you can sing vocal riffs and runs. And what it comes down to is just slowing things down, knowing where you're starting, where you're finishing, and how to exercise your voice to prepare for these sorts of things when you're singing songs. So that's what this video is all about, giving you some very practical tips and tricks to help you sing vocal riffs and runs. Here we go. Okay, so the first thing you need to know about runs is they're just a series of notes sung together very, very quickly. So the very first thing to do when you're wanting to work out a vocal riff or run is isolate the notes of the run and then sing them very, very slowly. It's all about starting slow to get faster, and I feel like that's a universal solution to all things in music. If you want to be fast at something, you have to start slow to develop the muscle memory. So one of my most favorite ways to develop this skill to sing runs is to work on a very, very simple scale. So here's what I mean. We're going to use those notes, and we're going to sing them very slowly. We're going to sing no. So see if you can do that with me. Let's do it again. No. Not so bad, right? Okay, we're gonna speed that up just a little bit, but I want you to think of each note as an individual. So they're not strung together, and we're just wanting to think of each note as you could think of them as like little stepping stones. Each note is its own little stone. Here we go. No. Little faster. No. Little faster. No. Little faster. No. So that might have felt a little bit faster than you're ready for if you're new to singing scales. So take some time to just practice singing those 5 notes up and down really, really slowly and working your speed up gradually. Then when you start to feel a little bit more confident, you can start to play around with accenting different notes. And this is where it goes from feeling a bit more like an exercise to something that feels a little bit more musical and run-like. And this is really, really gonna help you develop those skills to be in control of the speed that you're singing the notes at and where you're pausing and where you're landing, and give you those opportunities for dynamics. So here's what I mean. Something like this. No. So do that again. No. So what I did is I went all the way up my scale, I paused here, and then I sang the last 2 notes quickly. Now, because I've already done the work of singing that scale slowly, I know what the notes are. So it's not like I'm just sliding my voice around like, whoa, right? I know exactly what notes. I've isolated them, I've practiced on them, so I have the muscle memory and the control to be able to do that quickly. No. I'll do it again. No. And then you could get really fast with it. No. And suddenly you are singing a little vocal run. So really all the vocalist is doing is taking little scale patterns, these little riffs, sort of like we've just done now, and stringing them together to create a run. We're gonna change up the accenting even more this time. So we're gonna sing no. So here's where it starts to feel a little bit more run-like. Now, one thing I've noticed in a lot of vocal runs that I've worked on and looked at is that they usually have these 3-note patterns that they end on where the notes are really close together. And if there's a spot that a singer is gonna struggle with being very accurate, it's right there. So isolating these 3 notes, no, 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 that's the last little bit of our run. No, 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 no. They're separate notes. They're not smushed together. They're not smushed together just yet. No, 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 no. Then you're ready. No. See how seamless that felt because I did the work to isolate the notes first. So it really does come down to knowing where you gotta start, knowing where you've gotta land at the end, and then working on isolating each and every note of the run. So we're gonna take this one step further because it's great to practice this skill in something that feels scale-like as we've just done. But we can take it a little bit further and pick a scale that gets used a lot in riffs and runs in popular music, and that's the minor pentatonic scale. So I'm just gonna pick a few notes from it. That's a very common piece or ending of many, many riffs and runs that you're going to hear in music you love. So let's play a little faster. I might sing it like this, like the finished product example would be, whoa. So you can practice that by, this is our landing note, this is our starting note. Let's isolate each and every one of them slowly. I'm just kind of hitting the notes with this like creaky, whiny sound. I'm gonna pick my word again. No, 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 no. Not even thinking about style, just hitting the notes. No, 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 no. Faster. No, 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 no. Now we'll smooth it out a little bit by just singing no, no. And then, of course, we can speed it up. No. And there is that 3-note ending that I talked about earlier. No. So because I spent the time exercising, getting those 3 notes really, really accurate slowly, it came together really well in that moment where we did the run. No! So there you have it. There are some tips and tricks for making vocal runs and riffs a little more accessible, a little bit less intimidating. At the end of the day, it comes down to practicing the skill of singing notes slowly and then building speed gradually once you have the muscle memory and the control developed. Really knowing where your run is starting and ending is going to help a lot in this process, and practice, practice, practice. At the end of the day, it just comes down to practice. So I hope you found this helpful. Enjoy practicing, and we'll see you next time.